Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're rediving into a book that has fundamentally changed how people think about building businesses, The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a product manager, or just someone with a great idea, this is a must-read, and we're going to break down its core principles right now. So, what's the biggest fear for any founder? It's spending months, maybe even years, building a product, pouring your heart, soul, and savings into it, only to launch and find out. Nobody wants it. It's a devastating scenario, but it happens all the time. Eric Ries saw this pattern of failure in the startup world and developed a methodology to prevent it. He called it the Lean Startup. At its heart, the Lean Startup isn't about being cheap, although it can save you a lot of money. It's about being efficient with your time and resources by eliminating uncertainty. The core idea is to apply the scientific method to business. Instead of writing a massive, detailed business plan based on assumptions, you treat your business ideas as hypotheses that need to be tested. The central mechanism for this is the build, measure, learn feedback loop. Let's break that down. First, you build, but you don't build the entire feature-packed, perfect product you've been dreaming of. Instead, you build a minimum viable product, or MVP. The MVP is the simplest version of your product that allows you to start the learning process. It has just enough features to be usable by early adopters and, most importantly, to gather feedback. This could be a landing page, a simple prototype, or a basic version of your app. The goal is to get it into the hands of real users as quickly as possible. Don't spend 6 months in a garage perfecting it. Spend a few weeks getting anything out there. Next, you measure. Once your MVP is in the wild, you need to measure how customers actually behave. Are they using the feature you thought was critical? Are they signing up? Are they coming back? This is where vanity metrics versus actionable metrics comes in. A vanity metric, like the total number of signups, might make you feel good, but it doesn't tell you if your business is healthy. An actionable metric, like the percentage of new users who return the next day, gives you a clear cause and effect insight. This is what Rise calls innovation accounting. You need hard data to know if you're making progress. And that brings us to the final, most crucial step: learn. Based on the data you've gathered, you learn what's working and what isn't. This is the moment of truth. Your initial hypothesis about what customers want might be proven wrong, and that's okay. In fact, that's the whole point. This learning leads to a critical decision. Do you persevere or pivot? To persevere means you stick with your current strategy and continue optimizing and iterating on your product. Your data shows you're on the right track, so you keep running the build, measure, learn loop, making small adjustments and improvements. But what if the data shows your core assumptions are flawed? What if users aren't engaged in the way you expected, or they're asking for something completely different? This is when you pivot. A pivot is not a failure. It's a structured course correction designed to test a new fundamental hypothesis about the product, strategy, and engine of growth. It's a strategic change, not just a minor tweak. For example, a company that started as a social network might pivot to become a gaming company if they notice users are primarily using their platform to play simple games. Instagram famously pivoted from a location-based check-in app called Burb to the photo-sharing app we know today. They saw that the photo sharing feature was the most popular part of their original app, so they doubled down on it. That was a pivot, and it was based on learning from real user data. Another key concept in the Lean Startup is validated learning. This is the process of demonstrating empirically that you've discovered valuable truths about your business's present and future prospects. It's the real measure of progress for a startup, not just building stuff or getting press. Every new feature, every marketing campaign, every single action you take should be an experiment designed to achieve validated learning. Are we delivering real value to customers? How do we know? The answer should come from your experiments and the data they generate. This approach flips the traditional business model on its head. Instead of the waterfall method of long-term planning and sequential development, the Lean Startup advocates for continuous deployment and iterative development. It encourages getting out of the building and talking to customers from day one, using their feedback to steer the ship. Rise also emphasizes the importance of a specific type of customer. The early adopter. These aren't your average customers. They are visionaries who are actively looking for a solution to a problem and are willing to tolerate an imperfect, buggy MVP because they see its potential. They are your most valuable source of feedback in the early days. Don't try to build a product for the mass market from the start. Find your early adopters, solve their problem, and build from there. Now, you might be thinking this all sounds great for a small tech startup in Silicon Valley, but what about other types of businesses? The beautiful thing about the lean startup methodology is that its principles are universal. Whether you're launching a new restaurant, a nonprofit organization, or even a new department within a large corporation, you can apply these ideas. For a restaurant, an MVP could be a food stall at a local market to test your menu before investing in a full brick-and-mortar location. For a large company, it could be an internal project team, acting like a startup, to test a new product line without the usual corporate bureaucracy. The goal is always the same. Learn what your customers truly want as quickly and cheaply as possible. So, to recap the whole philosophy, stop acting like you have all the answers. Your business plan is just a series of untested hypotheses. Your job is to test those hypotheses as fast as you can. You do this by running the build, measure, learn feedback loop. Build a minimum viable product to get started. Measure customer behavior using actionable metrics. Learn from that data to decide whether to persevere on your current path or pivot to a new one. All of this is in service of one thing: validated learning. It's about finding a sustainable business model before you run out of resources. The Lean Startup is more than just a book. It's a movement. It provides a framework that empowers entrepreneurs to navigate the extreme uncertainty of innovation. It gives you permission to be wrong and the tools to find the right path. It replaces the just do it mentality with a much more intelligent build, measure, learn cycle. If you're sitting on an idea, don't wait for it to be perfect. Think about what the absolute simplest version of that idea is. What's your MVP? How can you get it in front of a few people this week and start learning? That's the Lean Startup way. It's a mindset shift from building a product to building a business through continuous, validated learning. That's our deep dive into the Lean Startup by Eric Ries. It's a game-changing book, and I highly recommend you pick up a copy to explore these concepts in more detail. It will change the way you look at building things forever. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this summary helpful, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more content, and let me in the comments what book you'd like me to cover next. See you in the next video.